Hello students. In this lesson, you will learn what summaries are and how they differ from other forms of condensed writing. You'll also be shown an example of a summary and what should and should not be included in a summary paragraph, followed by the certain steps to write your summary writing. Before this, I would like to tell you students, without reading practice will not be able to enhance our language skills. So keep a note in your mind and set a time in a daily routine to read at least one page minimum and write it in your own words what you have read it. By doing this, it will not only help you in understanding the language, but it also help you to enhance your memorizing skills. Okay, coming back to your summary writing. What is summary? Summary is a condensed version of an original text, usually maybe an article or a book. Summaries are usually around a paragraph long, or may even be a few paragraphs long, depending on the length of the work being condensed. Or in other words, I can say summary is a brief write-up that sums up the whole text. The basic idea behind summary is to save the reader's valuable time, which still relays all the important information from the original text, but in a much shorter way. Let me take you to the steps of writing a summary. So the very first step says, read the literature carefully. You need to summarize your work very carefully and thoroughly. But how can you do that without reading? There could be a situation, students, where you might need to read more than once. Please do it. Step 2 says, while reading and understanding the text, please jot down the main points. You need to be careful while doing this to not focus too much on the detailing information and only writing down the essential importance of the text. Kindly stick to the point based on author's point of view. Step 3 says, once you're written with your note writing, keep your passage or a text aside and start expanding your note writing. By doing this, this will ensure that you are using your own words instead of just repeating from the original text. There could be a situation where you feel it is essential to use the actual words from the original text. Please do it. But those words should be in a quotation marks to make sure the reader is aware of their source. Step 4. Do not give your personal opinion. Simply summarize the original text. Stick to the author's opinion, but not your own personal opinion. There is no need to use your interpretation of the story. You need to stick to the author's point of view. Step 5 says review your text. Review your summary. Finally, you will read and review your summary and edit it to make it more refined. There are a few notes you have to keep it in mind while you're reviewing your summary. Let me show you that. Students, if your original text is in a story, then please, your summary has to go into an chronological order. You cannot mess up with the flow of sequence. This could lead to a confusion for a reader. Another point to keep it in your mind is that you should not repeat any information from the original text. The whole point of summary should be brief and concise. Next, check the summary for its length. Your summary cannot be too long and it cannot be too brief, with missing the important points. Finally, please check for grammatical and spelling errors. With following such all steps, we can make sure you will summarize your text perfectly. Now, to summarize all the steps I have written down, you can summarize well only when you use your own words, significantly condense the original text, provide accurate representation of the main points of the text you summarize, avoid personal opinion. Let me take you to an example. Before that, choose the option that best summarizes the following. Now, the text is given here in a very happy mood. He read the letter in which it was stated that he had been accepted into the university. There are four options given out here. You need to tell me which is the best option, gives a brief idea about the above text. So the first option says, in a very happy state, he read his university acceptance letter. Second says, he was in a happy state when he was reading the acceptance letter from the university. Third says, he was happy when the letter came. And the fourth statement says, happily he read his university acceptance letter. Which is the correct statement? Which is the correct summarized statement rather, which does not change the meaning of the above text? And the answer is option D, which says, happily he read his university acceptance letter. This perfectly summarizes the text and gives all important details in a brief manner and to the point. These are the connectors chart, which will help you to keep your summary in a continuous flow. There could be a possibility, students, when you're picking up your notes in which there is a situation where you're adding up things for your summary writing. You can use these connectors called further, additionally, also, equally important, maybe a sequence, so firstly, secondly, or lastly. These connectors will enhance your summary writing and give a continuous flow to your passage. In case if you're giving an example out of your text, original text, you can use the connectors like for instance, or as revealed by an author, or specifically, or this can be seen in the original text, etc. So these connectors or linking words will enhance your summary writing. Let me take you to another example. The another passage in front of you all. Now the title of this passage says the Northern Lights. So it gives me an idea that the passage is going to talk about a northern light. So let me just pick up my main points out of this passage with regards to the northern lights. So there are times when the night sky glows with a band of colors. The band may begin as a cloud shapes and then spread into a great arc across the entire sky. They may fall in the folds like a curtain drawn across the heaven. The light usually grow brighter, then suddenly dim. During this time, the sky glows with a pale yellow, pink, green, violet, blue, and red. These lights are called aurora borealis. Some people call them the northern lights. Scientists have been watching them for hundreds of years. They are not quite sure what causes them. In ancient times, people were afraid of the lights. They imagined that they saw fiery dragons in the sky. Some even concluded that the heavens were on fire. Now, while reading this passage, I have underlined certain things out of this passage which gives me only information about the northern lights depending on the title. So the first note writing says band of color. Once I have written the band of color, I do not need to write the detailing colors of my another lights. What is this lights are called as? What are some people call them as northern lights? Now scientists are not sure what causes this. Ancient people saw fairy dragons in the sky. They imagined that. These are enough notes for me to write about the northern lights. Now my summary with my own words says the aurora borealis or northern lights are bands of color in the night sky. Ancient people thought these lights were dragon on fire, and even modern scientists are not sure what they are. So this is how we summarize. Students, summary writing can be used in different situations. Like for an example, you might want to summarize only main points of a meeting with coworker because you're running late for another meeting. Or let's say you want to introduce a complex design idea. You can begin by summarizing what your design would accomplish to give a key people an overall sense of your plan without going in detailing. Students might also summarize this an article for a class or preparing their research papers or maybe writing up their notes. Abstract and a legal brief are also the types of summaries. So this is fair enough for you all to understand what is summary writing and what are the steps to follow the summary writing. Thank you students and have a fun learning your summary writing.